What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I'm Jan, the Knicks fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we do, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment. You want to know the next video going to drop? Hit that notification bell. All right, Jalen Brunson was out tonight, and what did we learn? We learned that we cannot go back to 2 years ago when Julius Randle was the guy leading the offense. But we also learned that we do have a backup point guard on this team. And I'm going to get into that right after I hit you with the stats. And we're going to talk about the Knicks' next 9 games coming home to the Garden. All right, as you see here, the New York Knicks won this game 106-94. Should have been much more, but it is what it is. A win is a win. I don't care how you look at it, how ugly, how sloppy. A win is a win. The Grizzlies was missing 8 key players. We know Ja's out for the season. Steven Adams out for the season. A couple of other players was out with little knickknacks. They should return in a day or maybe a week or two. But this was a game the Knicks was just supposed to go out there and smash these guys. But as one can see, it didn't happen that way. But we still got the win. And I blame the sloppiness. I'm gonna be honest. I'm blaming all on Julius Randle. He just kept trying to take control of the game in the first quarter. He's not Jalen Brunson. And like I said when I first started the video, we cannot go back to 2 years ago. I'm glad we had McBRIDE on the court. What we learned that we got our backup point guard. And I said this 2 years ago. You can go check out my video on the draft. I actually predicted the New York Knicks would draft Miles McBRIDE. Then I had another video about this kid is on his way to being a star. I always felt that he was our backup point guard because just think about the time when COVID hit and shut down the NBA for a minute. There was a game where he had a really good game, a really, really good game. He didn't score that many points. He played the point. He was hitting quickly off. Quickly had 24 points. I remember quickly points. But I kept saying, and y'all heard me saying that McBRIDE should always been the backup point guard, and quickly always should have been our shooting guard. We got rid of quickly, so that we ain't got to worry about that no more. But right now, I'm being honest with you, and this is my opinion, and I know y'all seen it. McBRIDE is our backup point guard. I know y'all want Murray. I know we talking about this guy, that guy, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I think we should bring in somebody like DeRozan, um, a small forward, because I'm being honest with you. I feel we have our backup point guard. I like our bench, and this is another thing we learned from that game. Yes, they was playing a bunch of no-name guys. 8 key players was out, but the team was still resilient. Guys came up the bench. Malachi Finn, 9 minutes, 9 points, 3 assists. I was a little upset because Tibbs didn't put him back in the game, but that's just to show you how good McBRIDE was playing. Let's just get into these next few games because we're gonna talk about. I ain't gonna talk about it long, but because the Knicks been away from home so long, we about to come back home. We'll be playing these Magic, Rockets, Wizards. Um, about 9 out of them 9 games, 7 of them games will be home. 2 on the road at Brooklyn and at Charlotte. But if you look at the teams, it's a mixture of teams that doing all right, okay, and teams that suck. So the Knicks should be able to walk away with at least nine games. I think we should go 7-2. I don't know who we gonna beat, and I don't know who we gonna lose to, but I think we should go 7-2 these last 9 games to end the month of January. But let's get into the stats real quick, and then we're gonna talk about Isaiah Hartenstein. Um, should have put your name up because we some talking in the comment section about should we trade Mitchell Robinson, and a lot of y'all agree with me. Thank you. And some of y'all have made some good points about Mitchell Robinson. But if y'all watch that game against the Grizzlies, y'all cannot tell me that we should not be playing Mitchell Robinson. I mean Isaiah Hartenstein over Mitchell Robinson. And ever since everybody been talking about the Knicks getting denied that player exemption, disabled player exemption, and Mitchell Robinson rumored to come back, the end of the season, maybe in the playoffs. And I was saying, I think it's going to mess up the way our team is flowing right now. Even the bench, they were going to slow the bench down. But that's for another discussion. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Let's talk about these games. And like I said, these next 9 games, we got 7 at home, 2 away. So I'm thinking the Knicks should walk away, like I said, 7-2. 7-2. Let's hit these stats up, and then let's jump over to Isaiah Hartenstein and Miles McBRIDE, and then we're going to get up out of here. The Knicks, shot 48% from the field, going 40 for 83, compared to the 41% from the Grizzlies, 36 to 87, 13 from 38, 34% from downtown, 23% from the Grizzlies, 9 to 38. The games like this, I mean, teams like that, and again, I'm gonna have to stress that, their key players out. So I'm just gonna say, even with teams like this, teams that can't shoot the three ball, we beat easily because the defense is made for to stop the three or stop the long two. But when we go up against some teams that can shoot like we played Dallas, that's when the Knicks have difficulty. And my only peeve is the defensive scheme. That's the only reason you hear me talk about fire tips. Not only, let me back up, is that, well, before he wasn't making the right adjustments, and lately he have been. He did this game, so I can't complain. As you look at these stats right now here, the Knicks were 22 turnovers. Get to them turnovers. Those 22 turnovers really hurt us. But because we was playing such a poor team and a bunch of nobodies, talent prevail. You know what I'm saying? Talent will always prevail, especially in the NBA. In the NFL, a bum ass team could come out and beat a real good team one day. But in the NBA, a good team or a mediocre team will always be able to beat a bum ass team unless they bums too. And I know the Knicks sometimes give away games to teams that they ought to beat, but it is what it is. Tonight or last night, we got the victory. Jalen Brunson was out. We learned that we cannot go back to the way we was 2 years ago with Julius Randle trying to take over or lead the offense. He just got to let Tibbs got to let McBRIDE be McBRIDE. Let him be our point guard. And speaking of that, let's get to that real quick. First, we're going to start off with Isaiah Hartenstein. 12 points, 20 rebounds, matching his career high once again. 4 blocks. Now, I got hit up in the comments, and pardon me because I forgot to put your name down. I meant to write your name down. It was a couple of you guys, actually, and y'all talked about Mitchell Robinson defense and what we would be missing if we got rid of him. 4 blocks. I don't think Mitchell Robinson had more than 2 blocks in this game this season, and that's before he got hurt. So, and I'm not to say that Mitchell Robinson wouldn't be able, as the season progressed, that he wouldn't be able to get 4 blocks in the game. But the way he was playing this season, I don't see it right now. I mean, I don't see it. He was leading the teams in steal, so I'm not going to say he was a defensive liability. No, he was not. He was actually our anchor. He still was getting mad rebounds. But 4 blocks from Isaiah Hartenstein. And like I said in my last video, it have not been a game that he have not gotten a block since stepping in the role for Mitchell Robinson. In my opinion, he's better than Mitchell Robinson. And what I mean by that, because he fits well with the starting unit. He fits well with the bench because he don't need the ball and he can create from himself. That's the thing I like about it. If he's at the top of the key or at the foul line, and if the defense hesitate, he can break down that defense and get down to that line. And I'm not saying Mitchell Robinson can't do that. We just haven't seen it from Mitchell Robinson. And what we have seen from Mitchell Robinson is that he's limited. If it's not a dunk, it's not a basket with Mitchell Robinson. He never tried a jumper. We seen him try to break players down, and it looked pretty. I think he succeeded on one play, and the crowd went crazy. But you never see him break a player down with a dribble and then just try to step back or even try to do the floater that Isaiah Hartenstein, in my opinion, master. You don't see that. You just don't see that. And this is a video of McBRIDE right here. I'm gonna get to Isaiah Hartenstein. I mean McBRIDE in a minute. But you just don't see that, you know what I'm saying, from Mitchell Robinson. You don't see what you see from Isaiah Hartenstein. And that's a shame, you know what I'm saying? Because I think Mitchell Robinson is a better player than what we've seen in the last few years. In high school, he was known for his offense more than his defense. But coming in the NBA, he just got locked into a defensive position. We had the offensive player we needed, so we said, this is your role. And right now, we have a better player to fulfill that role. And I'm not saying that Mitchell Robinson should be traded, but I just don't know what we're going to do with Mitchell Robinson. Because when we come back, I like the way the bench move with Achua. I know Achua might not be here at next season, but I like the way he looks because he ain't trying to force nothing. He's mobile. He gets out. He defends. He's gonna clog up the paint. That's what we're going to get from Mitchell Robinson. Clog the paint up. That's what we're going to get from Mitchell Robinson. Let's be honest. And that's exactly what we're going to get from Mitchell Robinson. So once again, I don't know. I want to see. What do I want to see? What do I want to see? I want to see Mitchell Robinson come back. When he come back, I want to see what type of game does he. Can he score the ball off the dribble? Will the coaching staff give him a chance to do it? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Will they give him a chance to do it? All right, McBRIDE, 19 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. And this is what I mean by we have our backup point guard. You know what I'm saying? If we look at McBRIDE and what he did last night, let's look at his stats real quick. Let's just go for a second. Give me a second real quick. Let's just look at his stats real quick. Like I said, 19 points. He shot 7 for 10, 4 for 7 from downtown, 1 from 2 from the free throw line. Had a plus minus rating of plus 13, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 turnovers, 1 steal, 1 block, 3 personal fouls. Now, y'all gonna tell me that this is a fluke? No, because when he was playing the Westchester Knicks, he was doing damn near the same thing. He almost averaging 30 points. He just need his chance. And if you go watch my video, when I talk about we drafted him, you will hear me say that Tibbs was an advocate for the Knicks to go out and draft this kid. So for him to let this guy linger on the bench as long as he's been lingering, I don't understand. And this was one of the reasons you always heard me complain about we got to fire Tibbs because I felt he wasn't making the right decision for this team. But last night he made decisions that I agree with and I approve. And once again, I know it don't make a difference what I agree or approve with when it comes to the New York Knicks organization. But well, I don't know if he made the adjustment, but it's just that when he set Randall down, the Knicks made their move. We got into the game. And then Randall was able to come back in and finish it off. You know what I'm saying? Put some whipped cream on top of that Sunday, if you want to say. But we can't go back to 2 years ago when we say, Randall, go out there and you do this and everybody feed off you. No, we got to have that point guard and then let Randall set up. We got to have that point guard to control the flow of the game. That's what I mean. I mean, Randall's going to always be one of the leaders on offense, but we need the point guard to control the flow of the game. And that was the problem in that first half. The flow was funky. The flow was like a beaver got to and this damn shit up. I know my metaphors. But either way, McBRIDE is our future point guard. I don't care what nobody say. When I made the video 2 years ago, I envisioned this. So go back and watch that video, and it's gonna look a little shaky because it's an old video, and I just started out on YouTube. But at the same time, I don't think I was wrong, and I think my vision is coming to light. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. Go back and watch that video. Look it up. Matter of fact, it was in that video. It was Duarte and McBRIDE, and I was talking about do the Knicks have a deal with Duarte, but I predicted that the Knicks would draft McBRIDE. Well, go check that video out. And with that being said, I want everybody to stay safe, stay healthy, God bless, and peace.